Good Saturday morning, guys. We are back with you, back in the shop, and we're gonna get to work. So today, I'm gonna focus on core support out of here and engine out of the frame. I do want to show you one thing that I picked up since I saw you last, and one thing that I did stop by on one of the weekdays and grab or pull off. I worked on it for just a couple minutes. Bumper is gone. So that's something I worked on off camera just to get it off. Just a couple bolts, pretty easy to pull off, especially when you don't have the bed on, right? So that is gone. Some of you might notice in my last video, I'm on the front camera, so it's a little backwards, but I'll show you that in a second too. So let me cut it here, flip around quick. All right, so we're flipped around. I don't think that's gonna work. So you can see the leaf spring actually is like cracked and is sticking out the side, which is fine because we need to address something in this area anyways. So I was fortunate enough, like 5 minutes away from where I work, I found that guy right there. So that is a GT4 G80, which if you don't know what those 6 letters and numbers mean, that's a 373 rear end with a limited slip, which we all know G80s are not something to rely on, but it'll work in this for now. We can always put a different limited slip in it later, but at least I got the gears. So now we can officially swap this truck from 342 front and rear to 373, because if you did watch my first video that I put out about this truck, that front differential right there is a 373 front differential. So 373 rear, 373 front. And so today we're gonna work on engine core support, and then tomorrow we're gonna move this cab out of the way. We're gonna push it outside, and we're going to swap out the rear differential, because the rear differential will get sandblasted with the rest of the truck. What the heck am I gonna do with this guy? Well, that's a good question, but I'm sure there's plenty of parts that I can use off of it, like brake lines and stuff like that. So let's get to freaking work, stop talking, and I'm gonna work on, first and foremost, that core support, get it out of here, and then we'll have plenty of room to get at that engine. So thanks for watching, and stick with us for the rest of a nice Saturday. Lunchtime. Alrighty, stop, just take a quick snack break. Working on getting this core support out. It's fighting me a little bit. I just gotta get this second transmission line free right there, and then this side will be able to come off. The other side is fighting me a little bit because I got a power steering cooler, and the power steering cooler lines, one of them goes back underneath there, right there, and I'm pretty sure I'm not able to get to it with that power steering pump in the truck. So probably gonna have to do a little bit of pulling and stuff like that and figure out how I can get that power steering pump off and then get those lines off, or take them with the core support. Not sure yet, but the harness is mostly free. Made good progress on the harness, going from the fuse block here all the way back to the frame to the back where the taillights go. That is gone, sitting right here. And once we get the core support out and the engine out, I mean, this thing is pretty much ready to go sandblast other, and I'm going to pull the brake lines off and swap out that rear end so he can blast that. Alrighty, boys and girls, I'm picking back up with you. Just got done pulling the engine out of the frame, and let me tell you what, that was pretty cool, but also kind of a pain in the butt. So making good progress. Core support's out, of course, engine's out, and now next up we're going to deal with this wiring harness. I got a couple things left to label. Like this is the main power wire that goes to the starter. Got to throw some labels on that. And then we're gonna get the harness off here, work on cleaning up the brake lines next. So let me flip you around. I got a couple other things I wanna show you. All right, so we are in here, got the engine right here, which I did post for sale. We'll see if someone wants it. Otherwise, I'll save it for a rainy day project, even though it never rains in my world, right? So very messy. We have lots of spillage going on here, so my OCD is probably kicking in. I can't wait to clean this floor up, get this frame up in the air, get it off, and clean the floor up and get rid of all these pads. Because one thing my grandfather taught me, never work with your feet dirty, so I gotta live by that mantra. But wiring harness, clean up the floor maybe, work on the brake lines. There was something else I thought I wanted to show you, but maybe not. So I'll pick back up with you guys, maybe a little time lapse, maybe a little more time lapse, and then see what we can get done the next couple hours. Alrighty, picking back up with you. So I officially have the wiring harness separated from the truck. So that's good. Don't have to work around a wiring harness anymore. This thing is definitely going to be a disaster to put back in, but of course we will figure it out. Another thing I did is got the floor cleaned up a little bit. I know it might not look like it, but I sprayed it down with some degreaser and wiped it up and got all the old spill absorbents, or the pigs or whatever you want to call them, off the ground. You can hear that right there. I'm still dripping some oil from somewhere, which I guess is probably power steering lines or something like that. One thing I want to show you, which is going to delay this project just a little bit, but it's for a good reason. So back here, I don't know if you can see this. But that is big no bueno. So we're going to have to back half this thing, which originally I didn't want to do that. Thought it was going to be a huge project. Like I said, not that great with the tape measure, but honestly, I think it'll be okay. I think it's gonna go pretty quick. All the cross members back here we had to cut out anyways, so me having to put in some new rails in place of, and then throw new cross members in, not a huge deal. I think it'll all go okay. But basically the back half from the leaf spring, the front leaf spring mount forward is going to get cut out. So essentially I am going to cut right about here, which is this fuel tank cross member. So we're going to cut right in front of that, and everything behind it's going to go. So I have determined that that is not strong enough for my liking. I'm not going to butter it up and cover it up and patch it and make it someone else's problem, because that's just not the type of person I am. And I'd like to be able to enjoy this thing without worrying about snapping the frame. So, like I said, in front of that fuel tank cross member, we're going to cut it off, and we're going to do everything all new from there on, which is kind of a shame because the sides of it are actually pretty strong, but you know, I'm not playing with fire. The other thing I was looking at is here, we're going to cut all this out, and this is still really thick right here, so I'm not too worried, and that's why I'm going to start the back half right here, because this is all still pretty thick. But this is all going to get cut out, and then basically as soon as the torsion bar starts, I'm going to make a template, and we're going to make a one piece that goes all the way up to here, where we're going to start cutting. We're going to box this in, and then right here is where we're going to start our new metal going back. So I think I showed you guys this already, but kind of funny. The leaf spring has checked out of here. Leaf spring has left the chat. So the cool thing is that, of course, as soon as I take my glasses off, I got stuff falling at me. This is just the intermediate spring. It's not the top part of the leaf pack. That's the one piece, and that one piece goes all the way over to here. So what I was thinking about, because this is a street truck and it's going to have a 3600 stall and probably never tow anything, is just taking out this middle leaf to lower it a little bit. I'm going to take out the blocks, of course, and that's what I think I'm going to do with that for now. And then I'd like to get, you know, different leaf springs for it in the future. But for now, I think that's what I'm going to do, just because we got to keep the project rolling along. So some unfortunate news. Project's probably going to take a little longer. I've been shooting for getting this thing ready for sandblast tomorrow, which is Sunday, the 7th or whatever. But I think it's still going to happen pretty quick here. But basically, I'm going to tell him everything from that cross member back. Don't even worry about sandblasting it. So I want to get this cut out though before I give it to him. So I want to get all this cut out, because this is someone's cobbled together mess that somehow I decided to buy. So I'm gonna get this cut out too, so he can blast behind here, and we're gonna get all this fixed up. So I think this is where I'm gonna leave it for today. Made really good progress, made a lot of progress, where I'm sitting really good. So I'm really happy with where we are as of today. Got some stuff I want to go do at home, and maybe wash the truck or something like that. But thanks for watching. Please subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about that frame bending like that in the back. And let me know if you think back halving, or doing the back half it's like the back half of the back half, right? Because the back half basically starts in front of the leaf springs, or where the cab ends. So but anyways, let me know what you think about doing half of a back half, and if you think that's the right call. And I'll see you guys in the next video. We're gonna make one tomorrow. I got time to come tomorrow after I might have to go into work, but got time to come and make some more progress. So I will probably, honestly, in the next video, probably gonna start cutting on this thing and getting some of the junk metal out of here. So look forward to that. But thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.